Hello, welcome once again to Nomad's World. This is Creativerse. I believe this is episode 4. I didn't get any recording done during the weekend, so I thought I'd get a little show and tell going on in this game, at least. I've been playing this game now for, well, I've been kind of ignoring Minecraft and 7 Days to Die and the other games for the weekend, or for a little bit now, because I've been playing this game. And let's start off with what we've got going on here. Let's show what we got. I got a bunch of stuff I need to sort. Went spelunking and managed to get a lot of resources. Still got my obsidian mining cell glove. I don't know why they call it a cell, but the glove is my obsidian level. I'm pretty sure I can make the iron one now, which I'll probably be doing pretty quick here. But I've been doing a few things, and so I have haven't been going after the lava level, or is it the lava level? Yeah, lava level. Down underground. So I do have an iron sword, and my gear is all iron, a little worn down. I've been doing a lot of combat underground, so I'll be needing a new sword and a new breastplate here pretty soon. These are kind of hard to find. They're really easy to combat. They're just not real easy to locate. Of course, here's my wiring tool. I don't know why I've got that equipped right now, but let's talk about the base. I have done a couple of things over here. Here's an infinite water source. This is an infinite molasses. I'm going to do an infinite tar here at some point, and then I'll continue it this way. And there's supposedly, what I've heard, is 7 liquids, and all liquids have basically, you got your source block, and then you've got the water or whatever liquid running off, and you can collect those. So like here, you know, these are not source blocks. The block above it is the source block, so I can collect as much water as I want, and it goes back like 3 or 4 blocks. Just, I don't know why, I just made it that way. This here is molasses. And there's a few recipes that require that. In here I've got my, this is my plants. So I finally found some horn melons. The 4 kinds of food that you can grow for farming are these 4 here. You got horn melon, crisp head lettuce, turnips, and wheat. You got, I believe there's 4 mushrooms, but I've only gotten these 3. Mostly these are underground. These are on the side walls of, caves and whatnot, in dirt. And then these are under trees usually. A few saplings, lots of flowers. I'm going to show you a dupe trick that I learned. I've been watching a few videos, and I've learned a few things, and making lots of flowers. I haven't figured out a dupe for the for mushrooms yet, but weeds. I don't know if those are useful for anything. Let's drop off some stuff here. Should move the fossils over, but over to the clue what this does. Let's see, that's that. These are my potions and my dyes. This one here, this is the best chest you can get, the Grand Architect chest. I went ahead and made a few of these. I've actually got some extras in here if I need them. I made a few gloves, but I'm running out of the stone ones. Let's put that in there for now. Bomb, torches, that lighting. This one is my gear, old gear, that I'm not wearing in case, you know, if I do an upgrade, I can save it. In case I need it later. These are both of these are building materials. I did a whole bunch of where is it? Build. Oh wow, it broke it down a little bit. Basics, wood, stone, Grecian, which I think is obsidian. Yeah. Adobe, Mohican, no, Moroccan. Mantle, corrupt, bungalow, industrial. Yeah, let's look at it this way. So, yeah, I just went to town on expanding these. This little line here shows you that you've partially, if I look at this, process a dirt slab. Haven't done that, so there's no progress there. Let's see, is there one? Okay, like this diamond roof. It's got 3 things. I've not done any of them, so there's no bar. If I go to this one, I've done 2 things, and I still have to do this one in order to unlock that. So yeah, that's what I've been kind of doing, and it's unlocked a bunch of these, and I don't remember what unlocked those, but yeah, I got a few things accomplished. I'm up to, I can make, if I have the materials, I can make diamond armor and a diamond sword, but I need corruption dust and I'm not quite down to that level yet. I haven't really even gotten started on the lava level. Although my mind does go down to that level, I haven't got there. This is a quick drop off. If I'm like in the middle of doing something, I can boom, drop everything off in here and then go back out and hit it up again. This one I've already got, so I threw it in here. I still think this is something to do with a blueprint of some kind. Let's see, 3, yeah, these are gonna get moved up into here. My little teleporter for coming home. My potions, alright, in here. I think you already know what all this is. I got 2 forges now, 4 processing. This is my wood. Up here I've got like stuff that I've made out of wood. This is all the raw material, wood and leaves. Same over here. This is this is stuff that I've made. All the rods and all the slabs. Adobe bricks. I think, yeah, I believe that does not go over into the build section. You have to actually take the bricks and make them into slabs or stairs or whatever. Here's all my valuables. Let's dump the iron in here, the obsidian, the coal. Oh, not the gunpowder. That goes in the other one. Arc stone. I'm putting this in here now. These are magnet type whatever. And then this is I've been kind of torn about how to do this because some of these are like you need a stone mining cell in order to harvest bedrock and limestone, but you don't need it to do regular stone. But these are all considered part of the fossil layer. But stone has a tendency, you know, some of these have a tendency to poke through the surface. So I don't know. But right now this is fossil layer, this is stalactite layer, and this is lava layer. And then this is basically all the stuff that's kind of surface stuff. So let's see, stalactite, stalactite. And it seems to organize these based on the level. So like this is fossil, fossil, stalactite. Okay, maybe not. I'm not sure what the... not sure how it organizes this, but it's like if I take one thing out and put it back in, it's going to go in a specific order. Surface... fossil, fossil. Okay. And drop this off. Oh, and this could go in here too. I don't even use these anymore. I make advanced extractors every so often. I think I can probably do it right now. Oh, 7 minutes. I get this free chest, and then it resets the timer to 4 hours. You can have actually like 2 chests queued, so like in 6 minutes it'll start the next 4-hour timer, and then I can claim a chest, and then whatever the timer is for the next chest will still be progressing. So I've actually gotten up out of bed and had 2 chests, and then when I collected the second chest, it basically had a 4-hour timer. So yeah, I'm collecting those. That's giving me the advanced health potions, some arc stones. This thing takes a little bit to load. Let's see. The arc stones, it gives me some of these super extractors and these advanced health potions. So that's how I got these. I can't. These are craftable. I can make them, but I need to go kill some of these boss hogs. And you know, I got plenty of. Oh wow! I've seen the mossies and the leafy leaves. These guys are. This is pretty easy to get. Mushrooms, it doesn't take that long to gather a bunch of mushrooms if you just focus on mushrooms. And so these aren't really the problem. This is the problem. Those boss hogs are a little bit tough still. I haven't tried taking one on now that I've got iron sword and iron armor. We're going to be doing that pretty soon. I'll probably take 1 or 2 of them out just to see what it's like. But I'm still, as you can see, my lighting. Let's look at that. You know, we started with the little torch here, and then we went to this one, and then this one. I made some dyes and was able to take this and these, make these 3 here. This is the arc torch. This one here is the gas lamp. It is supposedly the most, the brightest of all of them. Now, I'm not sure about that because I would think that this one would be pretty darn, you know, there's a grand torch, grand lantern. Say this one requires the gas lamp to be made, the arc lantern. You know, these I could understand. These are just colored lights. Medieval chandelier. That's probably just decorative, you know. So these, I think the gas lamp, I think these two can be hooked up to the, what is it, the, this stuff, the machines. So you can hook it up to a switch. I haven't done that yet. There's really no point. They don't use fuel, so you might as well leave them on unless you need something to turn off, like a treasure chest or mob spawner. Then I could understand that. But these are mostly decorative, it looks like. Got no clue if this is brighter or not. But and of course, gotta find the recipe for this one. Let's see. So I've made a bunch of those. I made a bunch of basic health potions, which I use mostly for topping myself off. But then in a major fight, I'll use these if I have to. I collected a few rhyme cones. They're a good thrown weapon. It does do some damage, supposedly. I haven't killed anything with them, but it's good for, you know, like getting something's attention. And then I got my 2 extractors here. Another thing I'm doing is not using my gloves because it, you know, uses the durability unless I have to, and then I only use the one that I am currently needing. Now let's take a look at something here before we go into the dupe room. Notice that I've got 400 obsidian slabs. Okay, I've also got a whole bunch of obsidian rods. Okay, then I've also got, okay, I've got lots of obsidian. Now this obsidian has not been duped. Okay, this has been gained through the use of extractors. I've made this legit. Okay, I am simply down in the caves that I've already found, and I'm exploring them. And once I've gotten all the coal, basically all the resources, I'm not going after any of the magnetite. I'm ignoring that. Not going after the regular building blocks like stone and limestone. You know, maybe later when I need something, you know, I'll go after that stuff. But for right now, at the fossil layer, I'm not even going after fossils. I'm going after stuff that I need to use extractors on. So that would be the coal, the obsidian, the iron, and then it would be diamonds and luminite. So obviously I've got, you know, I've had those I found 2 nodes of diamond down on the lava layer that were exposed, so I threw my couple of super extractors on there and I got 20 out of them, and I turned 3 of them into diamond bars or whatever you want to call it. So yeah, I've been collecting lots of this. I'm not using much obsidian. You know, I mean, I will turn a bunch of this at some point into bars for my recipes that require it, but a lot of recipes require slabs and rods for stuff, and the slabs I can dupe. Then I can take the slabs and I can put them in a processor and make rods. So at some point I'll be doing the same thing with the iron slabs, and then I'll make iron rods. But for the for these, the raw materials, and which I can then smelt into these ones here, I have to do it the old-fashioned way, at least for now. You can do a, what does that tell me, a tab? You can create a treasure chest farm to, you know, to get iron and obsidian and all that, but you know, for right now I'm not after those farms. So this is my dupe room. Okay, now if you're familiar with this, you understand the setup already. Basically, use your wiring tool. These are block phasers. Okay, they basically cause whatever's in the channel here to phase out and then phase back in. Okay, and it's hooked up to power. This is a delay gate and the switch, and I'm not, there's other videos out there if you want more detail, but basically you throw your switch, the switch and the delay gate don't matter where they go, but you then take the switch, you wire it to the delay gate, and then you need to have your wiring tool equipped for this. Then you hit N on the delay gate, you copy with it wired from the switch to the delay gate, you copy, and if you don't, you can type it in here, but you can do a Control C and then Control V, so copy paste works in here, and so that it's exactly the same thing. Put this at a 0.5. I don't know what this does. Leave this alone, and then hit save. Okay. Then on these, you got this one wire here, and then you wire from the switch to all the block phasers. All right, and that'll also create a switch from the delay gate to these. And then what you do, when you place these, they're going to be facing up. You have to rotate, which is R. Let's do this. So hold down R. You can rotate it any way you want. You want them facing this way. You can do them vertically, but it's easier doing it this way because that, you know, you can get access to the, you know, if you were doing it vertically, you can't reach with your glove to pull the materials from the top. So you would need like stairs and, you know, whatever. So this is the most efficient. This is still wired. All right, so once you've done that, got it all these here, you got it all wired up, you've got this doing its, you know, copy pasted, then we'll do a quickie here. What do I need? Oh, let's do some iron. Let's go get some more iron. This one? Yeah. Alright, so I got 34. And what we're going to do is we're going to, and this you don't need to have the wiring tool after this point. Once you've got it all, you have to have it equipped, but you don't have to have it active like this. You don't have to have it like that. Okay, so you can have your regular glove like this. Currently I don't have a glove on. I've just got my regular one, which you can extract, you can pull, you know, like stone, dirt, stuff like that. So we're gonna place we'll just do 3 lines. Oh no, we can do 4. little floors. Alright, the next step is N on each of the block phasers, and you want to push and hold as you drag the cursor across to make sure they turn green, then hit save. Do that for each one that has stuff in front of it. Okay, so you got to place your stuff first and then do this. Alright, now throw the switch, everything disappears, throw the switch again, it all reappears with a phased look to it. Eventually it goes away, but we can go ahead and you'll notice that I have no glove that I'm using, but I can pick these up, and that's critical for conserving your gloves' durabilities. Okay, so make sure you unequip your glove because you don't need to use up the gloves doing this. That doesn't apply to every material that you can dupe. For instance, when I did let's see, all the woods, you can do it that way because they're surface level. So see, I got my 32. No, yeah, 32 out of it, which gave me my 64 back, or 34 back. Now we have to wait. See, if I go and try and extract this here, yeah, it doesn't give me anything. Yeah, it's because it's not really there yet. And you notice that these ones look like they're here, but they're not. And you want to wait. I've been finding it about 3 minutes. I've been told 5, but usually I just go do something else. You don't want to get too far away, because if the area unloads, these all disappear and you'll lose them. I think I had 40 to start, so I should have 40 now, but I probably missed. I just missed some. So next, you just wait, and then after a little bit, we'll come back to this. What was it that this is my storage for this. Let's see. It might have been mud. I didn't do too much mud. Mud is converted. If you put that in a forge, you can make bricks. Glass, I made some glass. I made some sand first, and then turned it into glass, and then I, duped a bunch of glass. Magnetite. You can do fossils. I needed canyon stone for some of the building recipes to, advance those. Same with the wildwood to make bungalow related stuff. You can do it with these flowers because it'll put, if you try to set them down, it'll be a block format. I think I just put these leaves in here because it's, I could do all the leaves, but what do I need all the leaves for, and I could do all the flowers, but I've just been focusing on blues. I just got 64 of each. I'll end up upgrading that because I just yesterday added this section or and it doesn't need to be 4. It can be 1. It can be, I don't know what the maximum is. I just am doing it in groups of 4. Just kind of, I don't know. That's the way I'm doing it. 4 at a time. Let's see if this is... Okay. So we'll collect these. Put 64 in the chest. And that way, because it was 32 and 32, and now that I've got that, it's where I left off here. So now I got to do 96 66, and what that does for me is, you know, and I could go even further than that. You know, I mean, I just don't have the arc stones to waste on it, because I use some for chests. I use, you know, these all take arc stones. So now I got 66. Let's put okay, so there's 64 in there, so that replenishes our what we use to start off a round of duping. But and this will keep going as long as you don't like close the game, you don't get too far away, don't get logged out. You can also go in here and you can deselect this, hit save, and then you can collect these because it'll automatically put these as solid. I consider it, you know, they're not solid because they're not really here. So even though I can go like this, it's not really there. So that's a non-solid. When I can start collecting them, they're solid. And I'm not referring to this phased glitch, which I kind of like it because it, you know, hey, it's a phased, you know, it gives that phased look, if you understand what I mean by that. But I wish it would be in this phased look, and then when it goes to the solid, then that's when I could collect. That way I would know. But that may be something that's coming. Who knows? Maybe that's the intention for it, and it's just not working properly. I don't even know if this dupe system is intentional by the game developers. Probably not. It's probably not intentional, so they'll probably end up fixing it at some point. Right now, because the game is still pretty new, it's not a priority for them. When they do a big update to this, you know, your world might be lost. So this gives you an ability to quickly gather resources. So, you know, again, I have to go out like normal and gather the raw materials, which I can then smelt into the bars, but I don't need to make them into slabs or rods. I can make those myself. In fact, I wonder... Can I make diamond slabs? Yes, I can. So I could make diamond slabs and diamond rods. So that's going to be a thing I do. I think that's supposed to go in that one. So, and that just help, you know, that just gives you rods and slabs are probably 75% of the recipes. You still have some, you know, like raw material maybe, and definitely some bars, or ingots. I should call them ingots. These ones here, these, what's been smelted. So I got to do that the old-fashioned way, but the slabs and rods I can get through this system here, which is hugely, you know, it's a, you know, it's kind of a, you know, just, I don't know, it's kind of boring just to stand here and wait for 3 or 4 minutes, but, you know, I grab something to eat or whatever. And one thing I was doing was I was coming over here and doing processors, taking stone or whatever and stuff. You know, and you can organize and whatnot, because as long as you're, you know, not out of the area. I don't know if it's, I'm pretty sure it's the detailed area right here. As long as you stay, you know, it keeps this area loaded. As long as this area is loaded, you're fine. Alright, let's collect these. Doesn't, you know, it's kind of like, okay, yeah, it takes a little bit, but this is such a huge time saver because iron, I found iron, but I've been using my super extractors on that. So as to conserve my super extractors, you know, I'm not using them on coal and obsidian, and then I take the obsidian slabs, the stone slabs, and make these advanced extractors. You know, I mean, this, I've got tons of stone, so I just use the processors and make a bunch of slabs, and then the obsidian slabs, you know, I'm just in here duping those, and I just earlier this morning I made like 100 of these advanced ones, and then when I went exploring, every time I came across some coal or obsidian, I just, you know, I used them, and so that's how I got, you know, so much coal and obsidian right now. Is you know, doing some serious exploration. I've got a decent amount of ore, or iron ore, but you know, that's definitely got to be something that increases. I got to get a lot more of that. But you know, and I've just been going down in the not dungeons, down in the caves, lighting them up, fighting off whatever mobs I find, collect any coal or obsidian I come across, and then once I've tapped it out, you know, I'm not gonna, you know, explore in the walls, you know, to see if there's something behind the walls. There's, you know, you don't know. I just go back up to the surface, and I've been capping them off. I wasn't doing that early on, so now I've got all these little caves all around my base that I've explored, and some of them are what I consider tapped out, and I have no real reason to go back down there. Now I've left all the lamps and whatnot down there. That way, if I am tunneling and I come across a cave, you know, it's like, okay, I've already been here. You know, this is already explored. I can just, you know, if I'm doing a straight mining tunnel and I come across one, you know, I just cap off the wall and just keep mining. You know, it's just, you know, so I don't keep going down in the same ones. And then I'm looking for those, they're called wormworms. They're real easy to beat. They're really easy to fight, but I need lots of their teeth. I'm gonna need these things here pretty soon. Those are the goats up on the mountain peaks. I've gotten a few of the feral pigsy furs. They're not too hard, but they can poison you. I got some mossy leafy leaves. Those can poison you also. One resource that I'm still... I went and I found one, but I screwed up the duplication process, and it's gone, is ice block. I want to get some ice blocks, and those are necessary later on. There's a way to duplicate diamond and, or not duplicate, but to create coal and diamonds. When you come across some tar, if you throw a frost bomb in the middle of it, all the tar blocks will turn into coal. And then if you throw a fire bomb, let me see where those are in here. Bombs. There they are. Okay, so this is the freeze bomb. So, you know, you're taking tar and turning it into coal. Okay, that's kind of, yeah, okay, I get it. And then if you use a, where is it? It's a fire bomb of some kind. Still don't have any extractors or excavators. That's gonna be nice when I get those. Oh, craft an iron mining cell and I can make an excavator. Okay, and then once I've got an excavator, I can use that to get rid of leaves from the trees. Blue fireworks. Yeah, I'm not interested in those. Where is the fire bomb? Oh, there it is. Okay. It's right next to it. So I need to make the... I need to craft one of these, and I need to craft the diamond mining cell, which is going to be... I'm not going to get to that anytime real quick. But, so you throw one of these on there, and it turns the tar into coal, and then you throw the firebomb onto it, and you get diamond from the coal. So it's kind of like, okay, there's, you know, and then since tar is a liquid, I can use an infinite liquid source thing, you know, to make lots of tar, so that's not a problem. So then it just becomes a matter of making lots of ice bombs and fire bombs, and the ice bombs require an ice cube, which I'll be able to duplicate. You know, the hardest part's going to be, you know, the mobs. Going out there, killing a bunch of mobs to collect what you need to make the frost and fire bomb. So, let's put these here. Now, what I always do when I'm done is I go in here and to access to inspect. Save. I do this. You notice I just collected, but this now I can collect again. Oh, maybe not. Hasn't been long enough. So I'll wait a little bit. But it's not gonna put them back because they're not active. So I'll come back to that in a second. Let's see, what else? Been down to the lava layer and I've fought some hotfoots. Those things are fast, and I don't have any fire resistance potions. They, you know, the fire damage that they do to you, I think, is what does the most damage. I don't think they really do much in the way of melee damage. I think they're just spouting lava on me, and so I'm, you know, taking serious damage that way. In fact, those I'm having to use the advanced health potions to fight. You know, at least because in a straight fight, one-on-one, I would die without the potions. It might be close, but now once I get up to diamond sword and diamond armor, then I'll probably be able to take them on better. But you still don't, none of your armor has any fire resistance or poison resistance or frost frost or, you know, cold resistance. Is this right now? Yeah. You use potions for that resistance, and so I'll collect these. And again, make sure you're not using your glove up. All right. These are slabs, so they don't require. They're basically considered a kind of a building material, I guess, or it's a building crafting material, and so they're not. It's not required to have a glove. There we go. So now I've got some of those, and then I can turn these into rods, and I can, you know, build up my rod collection too. Eventually, see, like, I've got some of these from when I was doing all the recipes, but they're not even needed in here because I'm probably not going to use them to build anything. I don't really even need them. It's more of if I need them, I've still got them. I'm not going to throw away useful stuff until I know that I'm not going to need it. One other thing I've done besides the spelunking is oh yeah, this was an experiment. This was my test to see if the video, does that have, no, it doesn't have any heat on, to test whether it actually does work. You know, I was like, okay, you know, somebody made a video, doesn't mean it worked, or, you know, the way they say, without a mod, or, you know, maybe an update fixed it, but it works. Alright, so here's a teleporter. When you craft a teleporter, it's exactly what it sounds like. You go in, you don't even have to interact with it, you just walk into it, and you'll appear at the other one. Alright, now you can make a bunch of teleporters, and then you can use codes to say, you know, where this, to link to teleporters together. So in this case, I had lots of blue flowers, and I had some grass that I picked up from over here somewhere, and so I go, this one is 3 blue flowers, that's this teleporter, and then I put that it's going to teleport to 3 grass. So then when I went down here, and it's like right in here somewhere, and I put the teleporter. What I've got here is some jungle and some savanna area. This is where the feral pigs are, so if I need feral pigs, and then there's those boss hog pigs over here. So I was like, okay, yeah, let's put it right there, and then that way I've got access to both, and just walk through. Alright, and so we face east. No, correction, face west, and because we are on the east side of this jungle. Alright, so this is where my teleporter is, and there's a feral pig right there. Let's go kill him. And I've been poisoned. Usually the poison is 10 seconds. Too far away from my base. Now you can teleport back, just TT on your keyboard, take you back to your main to your base. And let's get nighttime here, and I don't want to be outside. As you can see, I've got 6 deaths so far in this world. Some of them were kind of dumb deaths, but that's good. Let's go down here. And I got a couple things branching off here. Future projects, just kind of mining, you know. I was looking for iron. The first one, I got my steps here. Thank God. Makes it so much easier going up and down. There's the first one. Oh yeah. I'll probably forget about that one. I used looks like a super extractor on it, but this time I'm doing it right. Oops. Okay. So this is the, of course, fossil layer. So if I'm doing something that requires a fossil layer level, you know, this will be where I go. I'll put a door up at the top. Then I've got 2 that are on the stalactite levels. These are the levels I was looking for the iron and not having any luck. I went that way and I hit an open cavern system. Then I'm down here to the lava level, and doesn't even give me a red. Oh, maybe it is. It's just because it's brick colored. I ended up having to cap this off because the hotfoots were getting kind of, you know, I was having a little trouble. I ended up getting 2 of them at one point, and I was like, okay, you know what? I come down here to do something, and they're still coming, and they're spawning back there in a dark area, and down basically some caverns that are down inside the lava area. And I was just like, man, you know, they're kicking my butt. So I was like, well, I don't really need them, so they're not really dropping anything that I'm interested in. So and then not sure if that's the hot feet or keep. You also hear a dripping sound. I've been trying to figure that out. It might be below me, but over here, see the drip? So I'm thinking, okay, there's talk in the game about mineral ponds. So I went up and I went up a little bit, and I'm thinking, God, I'm not hitting it. So I don't know what the deal is with those. I don't know if there's actually something up there that I can get to, or if it's just dripping to be dripping. You know, maybe it's just part of the effect that they've made for stalactite. You know, which that would be not unheard of. But you know, I went up here and I was trying to find this. I hate not having stairs on things. hear it, but I can't find it. And I'm not going to spend, you know, a huge amount of time looking for something that may or may not be there. So that is what I've accomplished. Let's go do a little bit of cave spelunking. I'm gonna rest first, so it's daytime. I'm working on one cave in particular, and it's quite an extensive cave system. Give this stuff a moment to die out here. I think it's over here. Doesn't really matter. You know, if I'm get on the same one or not. I've got that one capped off over there. Not really concerned about this stuff. Somewhere, yeah, right there I had. Okay, let's do this one. Okay, nothing's coming out. We'll go ahead and first of all, equip. Okay. Still got my wire tool on. This is something I read about. So this mud here with this water next to it will continue to generate coral. Now, coral apparently does not have a recipe for anything yet, but so it's just a decorative block. Yeah, see, it generated another one there. It was tripping me out because I was like, I thought I got that one, you know? Maybe it's a different spot, because I'm getting turned around in these places. Outside. There's some more. We'll just keep collecting. I know I can, you know, get some tar pretty soon, and I can, you know, once I've got those frost bombs, I can make an amount of coal, but for right now, right click. For right now, I'm still collecting this stuff. Once I have resources to the point where I'm making tons of coal through the other way, you know, then I'll stop collecting it this way. Lighting seems to be bugged. That's got coral there. Every once in a while you'll have a lantern somewhere, and it's just, you know, in an area that it was lit up. See, like this lantern right here, this area should be lit up. If I replace it, and see how much it lights it up. So occasionally it's like doing something with the lighting. Bit annoying, but lighting is one of those game problems, you know, for developers. It really is tough to get lighting to work the way you want it to. Doesn't look like it. Really don't need any more coal, but I'll just keep collecting it. The idea is to tap this area out and then cap it off so that I don't keep coming down here. Let's see, there's reason I'm not just going to the obsidian is because this allows me to conserve the resources that are necessary to make the obsidian gauntlet. I'm, you know, the stone one, you know, I can dupe that, I can dupe that. I got lots of red mushrooms, I got lots of coal, and I can dupe the flowers. So I can make these, you know, I just gotta go hunting for these, and I'm getting coal, and I have a system later on for that. So these are easy, so I might as well use these up rather than using these up, because this, I actually have to mine this. So this is where having the raw resources comes in handy. I can dupe that, I can dupe that, I can dupe that, and I can find those really easily. The thing about red mushrooms, they will regrow in the exact same spots. You know, they typically grow in bundles of 5 in, you know, like under a tree or whatever. And they'll regrow. They'll be back there again at some point. I don't know what I haven't done a time thing to see, you know, how long it takes. I should probably do that, because that'd be kind of interesting to know. But there'll be, you know, there'll be 5 new ones, just like this coral regrows, you know. And I don't know if it's a spawn type of system, you know, where all 5 of them are going to come back together at the same time, or if they kind of like, you know, if each one of them is got its own timer. I don't even know if there is a timer on them, you know. It's just I'll probably sit and I'll probably go to a place that has 5 of them and take them and then sit there and wait 5 minutes and see if they come back. It's probably like a 15-20 minute thing, you know, so I'll get bored and I'll leave and go, okay, it's more than this. Okay, so we've gotten everything up to here. Anything over here? I know there's some stuff right there, but okay. I thought I saw something else. Maybe it's just like okay, just the 2. Those will be quick. And looks like dead end. Good. Alright, so this will be tapped out. We'll cap it off. I've got some stone. We'll save the coral. And I'll leave the lights here, you know, like I said. Oh, there's some obsidian up there. Looks like it's there was probably something on the outside here that I got already. Alright. So I think that's gonna do it for this video. Shorter one than my usual ones for this game, at least. And I'll collect this and then I'll cap it off and probably hit up a couple more. And maybe I'll check out the that was kind of a weird jump. That looked like I jumped 3 blocks. Oops, it takes a while. The worms. I said that they were easy. They are. They're hard to find. So I may be making a generator, you know, like a room that they can spawn in. I may be doing that pretty soon, or at least trying to. And the way I'm fighting them, they don't move other than their heads, but they're basically stationary. So they'll be like on this block right here, and they're not going to move from that block. So what I've been doing is, you get close to them, they'll orient themselves towards you, and if you get too close, they will spew lava on you. Okay, but if you are careful, you can get just close enough. I'm probably too close right here, but that you can hit them with your sword without them being able to hit you. So basically, it's a freebie. But the problem is they're kind of rare, or at least, you know, like iron is rare right now to me. I'm not having a whole lot of luck locating iron, and my part of what I'm doing here with these caverns is exploring, looking for more worms, because that is my yeah, I don't need that stuff, but whatever. Did I get everything in here? Yeah. Something could spawn in there, but that's alright. I'm gonna block it off. Ugh, I hate mud. Mud is one of those, slows you down a little bit. See how slow I'm moving? Got some decent sound effects for some of the stuff. Let's see. I'm gonna start with this. Okay. Oh. Wrong block. We'll get those. Is that some mushrooms in there? I'll take those. I'm using red mushrooms for stuff, but you know, I'll take all the mushrooms I can get. There's some. Some over here. Where'd they go? That's just the texture of the dirt. Okay. I don't see the brown ones too often because they blend in so well. Alright. So I'm going to cap this off, and I think I'm gonna do some checking on the red mushrooms, see how quickly they spawn, and then I'll include that in the video, in the next video. So if you liked, please be sure to comment, subscribe, and share. Looking to continue growing this channel. So far, yeah, the channel's not growing, but I have had one person make a comment, and I thank you for that. I forget your name. I should be writing that kind of stuff down and giving shout outs when I get my channel going real good. I'll definitely be doing shout outs to people that have why can't I play? Oh, blocks. That have commented, and so I'll catch you next time, and hopefully I get some more Minecraft going here pretty soon. This game's kind of fun and pretty easy, with the exception of the mobs. The mobs are a little on the tough side, but but that makes the survival aspect a little bit more fun. So, I catch you on the flip side. Thank you.